So last year I got an introductory kit from I think it was one of my subscribers, and it was a brand new house that had come out, I believe, in 2023, Matiere Premier. And I was talking about some of their fragrances that I had sent to Ross and Dedrick on a collaborative live stream with them, where we talked about Falcon Leather, Radical Rose, this one, Parisian Musk, I can't remember the name, and all of them were very high quality. This is in like one of those luxury niche brands you'll find in Nordstrom's, I believe, Bloomingdale's and stuff like that has it. And they finally started hitting discounters a few months ago, and I already knew I had to pick this up. And so I got a full bottle of this from Olfactory Factory LLC. It was $149. I believe right now they're running between that and $160. But that's a great price, especially for this size bottle. But today we're doing my full review of Matiere Premier Cologne Cedrat, a great one for the spring and summer that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So my full review of that today. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back at you with another review, full review of a fragrance that I just picked up and that I really am enjoying. And I wanted to get you guys to talk so that I could talk about it, so you guys could understand a little bit about the fragrance. I know I was between doing a full review or just talking about it on a live stream, but somebody said, when are you doing a review? And then I had like 3 other people ask when I was doing the review. So here we go. Before we get into the review, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Everybody else, hit that like. Make sure to comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. If you've tried this fragrance out, let me know. But again, my full review today of Matiere Premier Cologne Cedrat. It is an eau de parfum. This is what the bottles look like. They are actually really big, and they have a real funny. I find the cap really huge. Like, yes, there's caps out there that are this size, like Armani Code and stuff like that. But that bottle is like this big, and so the cap doesn't look funny. This one, the cap, I mean, it's still nice, but it just looks funny because it's so giant compared to the bottle. I mean, look at the size of that cap. And it's not magnetic, but it does hold on nicely. It sticks on there. And it is a full, thick glass bottle. And again, this is an eau de parfum. And it's, I like how simplistic they are. And then the atomizers, I don't think I've ever, yeah, they're decent atomizers, nothing special. But with that said, again, Matiere Premier, they came out a few years ago, and I was wrong. It wasn't a subscriber that sent it to me. Well, technically he subscribed, but it was Jeff at SoCal Scents. I completely forgot. He sent me the introductory kit that came with 15 milliliters of each one, and I gotta tell you, all of them were actually really good. To the point where, at that point in time when I tried it, I didn't like rose fragrances, and I tried Radical Rose, and I was like, yeah, okay. You guys are doing something good here. So once I started trying them, I sent this one to Ross and Dedrick, and as well as Radical Rose. Both of them absolutely love these fragrances. So let me give you the note breakdown of this so that you guys can understand what's in it. The top note is bergamot, mid notes are pink pepper and black pepper, and the base note is mate. And there is slightly more going on to it, but and honestly, it does seem like there's a little bit more citrus, not just bergamot. It doesn't seem like it's heavy on the bergamot. It seems like it might be like a citron, maybe a little bit of grapefruit mixed together, but the bergamot's noticeable. There's a citrus medley in it for sure. But very high quality. If you're looking for something that is great for the spring and also in the summer, that is what this is going to be. This is a freshie that definitely projects, while the long jet, let's just get the performance out of the way. Let's do it backwards. The performance of this fragrance, it projects like 7 to 8 feet for the first like hour and a half to 2 hours. And then it's more of like a 3-foot scent for the next 2, but then it falls off. It's about a 5-hour scent. So it's just, while it's there, it does perform. It just doesn't perform for long. Yeah, so if you're okay with 5-hour fragrances, that's great. I got this for $149.99 from Olfactory Factory LLC. I believe right now it's $160. It was on sale. But also, If you have Capital One Shopping signed up, they always have some kind of codes on olfactory, so make sure you check that out. So anyway, when you first spray this on, you can tell it's citrusy, it's green, it's bright, it's slightly almost fizzy, and it's effervescent. That's the best way to put this fragrance. And the pink pepper, which is one of my favorite notes, really does shine in this fragrance. It's not overwhelmingly a spicy fragrance, but it just brings in a little spice to support that citrus, as well as this green, slightly herbaceous tone underneath. And then there is a little bit of woods. It's not a woody fragrance by any means, and there is some aromatic tones, maybe a little bit of cedar, maybe a little bit of lavender, but they are kind of just supporting base notes, as is the musk. I wouldn't call it a woody fragrance or an aromatic fragrance, but it is, if I did have to call it anything, it's a citrus, fresh, spicy, green fragrance. And it's fantastic. I told myself this year I was going to look for the bright freshies. I wanted some really, really good fresh fragrances, whether it be green fragrances, blue fragrances, citrus heavy fragrances. I wanted something bright, effervescent, and I was going to look for a bunch of them to add to my collection, because I'm all about the warm and the cool weather fragrances, those warm, ambery, rich fragrances. And so about 90% of my collection is that. And so I need to work my way up on my fresh game. But Cologne Cedrat fits right in there. It's just I'm having a hard time finding really good freshies, like actually really good ones. I mean, I have probably 100, but still, I mean, I'm having trouble finding like high quality fresh fragrances that really suit my. I bought Aqua Sextius with this. I hate that stuff. This stuff is absolutely amazing. But anyway, bright, citrusy, a little bit spicy, but not overwhelmingly so. It's like half of the spice that you would get from Parfums de Marly, Castley, / Bois Imperial. It's not that spicy or anything like that. And then again, you have this kind of like green, slightly herbaceous tone underneath it. But overall, this fits right in with the Dior Homme colognes of the world, the Cedrat 19s, the Bergamotta de Calabria, that type of bright citrus with some green tones underneath it. This is almost like if you took, there's a bunch of fragrances I can compare this to, but the one that just keeps coming back that you guys would understand the most would be almost like a greener, more fizzy version of Dior Homme cologne, with a little bit more spice. That's exactly what this one smells like. Almost like if you took Dior Homme cologne and Dior Homme Sport and threw them together and made them green. Oh, I love this stuff. It's fan-freaking-tastic. There is that Matiere note that is pretty prominent as you get into the mid. But again, it never really gets to a woody base. It really just sticks with that citrus, and the citrus does last for about 2 hours to 2 to 3 hours, which is really nice for a high-quality natural style fragrance, where they're usually using probably, I'd say, 80% naturals in this fragrance. It smells like in Atelier, how they do the 90% naturals. It smells like that type of citrus, but it's bright, it's effervescent. You get that Matiere note going through it, which I'm not like super versed on Matiere. I just know that it's a different smell in this that I haven't smelled in something, so I'm guessing that's the Matiere. Anyway, spicy, fresh, green, slightly aromatic, slightly woody, musky. It's a fresh, spicy, clean, green citrus fragrance. And if that's what you're looking for, look no further than Cologne Cedrat by Matiere Perfumes, or Matiere Premier. Super high quality. It just makes you smell great. My wife said that just is a gorgeous scent. I was like, yeah, I agree. It literally, when you walk in, it just makes you feel bright. That's the way that it makes me feel. It just makes me feel like I'm walking and I'm brighter. If it's a gloomy day outside and I walk in and I'm wearing this, it makes me feel it just like it brightens up the room. So I'm telling you, at least get a decan of it. This is something that is really worth trying. There's a lot from them that are worth trying. Ensign Suave was the first one I tried. That kind of let me down a little bit, but the rest of them did not. But Cologne Cedrat to me is the best if you're looking for a spring and summer scent. So that is my review. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And again, I'll be back with another video. Thank you so much. I'll be back with another one. Peace out.